The 2023-2024 Major League Baseball offseason has been quiet compared to those in past years. There's been a few big moves like Juan Soto to the Yankees, Corbin Burnes to the Orioles, and Josh Hader to the Astros. But those acquisitions all pale in comparison to what the Los Angeles Dodgers have been building this offseason. It's been undoubtedly the greatest offseason for a team in the entire history of Major League Baseball. And this has raised the question, has it been almost too good? Dodgers won 100 games in 2023, good for third most in all of baseball. They compiled a 113 team OPS plus at the plate and 108 ERA plus on the mound. This team was already one of the best before this offseason, so it's raising question marks. They already have so much money invested in their current roster, how can they get even more stacked? Unlike the other three major North American sports leagues, teams in Major League Baseball do not have a salary cap. In other words, a ceiling for how much money they can spend. Instead, there's something called a luxury tax, which is charged to the owners of franchises if their team's payroll exceeds a certain number for the season. This tax is costly, but owners in big markets have no qualms paying it. This is how the Dodgers were able to do what they did this offseason, in terms of free agent signings. On December 11th, the Dodgers and Shohei Otani, heralded as this generation's Babe Ruth, agreed to terms on a 10-year, $700 million contract. This is by far the biggest contract shelled out to an athlete in the four major sports, easily outstripping the $540 million that Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes got in 2020. The fact that the Dodgers could give out this money isn't questioned. What is questioned, though, is the deferrals that come with it. Otani will be paid $2 million a year for the next 10 years, and then $68 million per year from 2034 to 2043. If that sounds ridiculous, it's because it kind of is. Before this contract, I had only heard of contract deferrals in baseball in the case of Bobby Bonilla. Being able to pay baseball's best player $2 million a season during his prime opens so many other spending lanes to get other marquee free agents, which they can use to their advantage. On December 27th, the Dodgers and Japanese pitching phenom Yamamoto agreed on a 12-year, $325 million contract. Yamamoto is possibly the most sought-after Japanese pitcher in Major League Baseball history, after posting video game numbers in the NPB. He pitched to a 1.82 ERA in 7 seasons there. He's only 25 and seems like a surefire pick to translate seamlessly to the MLB. When combined with Otani's record-breaking contract, the two of them accumulated for over $1 billion this offseason. When the Rangers dished out $500 million to Marcus Semien and Corey Seager in the 2021 offseason, that was looked at as crazy. That gives some scope to just how much money the Dodgers pumped into an already stacked team, thanks to no league salary cap. Of course, free agency isn't the only tool that GMs can use. The Dodgers have made a flurry of trades to bolster their roster this offseason. They traded for Rays and former Pirates starting pitcher Tyler Glasnow, owner of a career 107 ERA+. Glasnow has some injury issues, having never tossed more than 120 innings in a season in his career. The talent is all there, though, and if the Dodgers staff can find ways to keep him healthy, he'll be a great weapon for them. They also traded away reliever Victor Gonzalez in exchange for prized Yankees shortstop prospect Trey Sweeney. He'll be ready in a couple of years, and the future of Gavin Lux with the team is uncertain at best. Sweeney hasn't quite put it all together in the minors yet, but has the tool to be a serviceable shortstop in the league, something which the Dodgers didn't have in 2023. Despite having one of the league's best offenses in 2023, the Dodgers once again added to the lineup in January with the signing of former Blue Jays and Mariners slugger Teoscar Hernandez. The deal was for 1 year and $23.5 million. Hernandez, 31, has a career 118 OPS plus and had an excellent run with the Blue Jays from 2020 to 2022, putting up a 146, 131, and 128 OPS plus in each respective season. He had a down year with the Mariners in 2023, but is still a fantastic hitter and will flourish in Dodger Stadium, especially with less pressure on him to perform now that he's not a featured bat in the lineup like he was with the Mariners. As I said in the intro, this has been one of the craziest offseasons the team has ever had in baseball history. So is it good for the sport, or is it part of a larger problem in baseball where teams like the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Mets, the Red Sox, and even the Phillies, who are high payroll teams in big markets, can just beat down on teams with cheaper owners and play in less wealthy cities? I think that's just the way it is, in that some teams are richer than others and can spend more, but only to a certain extent. Stuff like this, where the Dodgers can just give two players a combined $1 billion, is honestly a little bit upsetting. How can small market teams possibly hope to compete against teams with payrolls exceeding $300 million? There's been juggernaut teams in the past that have won it all, and juggernauts that have failed to do anything in the playoffs in the past. Which path will the Dodgers take in 2024?